Just a quick video because I really want to share this method of calculating the distance of an object in front of you, how far away it is using just your thumb. It's called the rule of thumb method. Now, if you think of any other kind of thing that we refer to as the rule of thumb, so imagine you were cooking a chicken and someone said, oh, the rule of thumb for cooking a chicken is it's always this temperature and for this amount of time. Well, it differs depending on the size of the chicken, doesn't it? Okay, so the rule of thumb, remember, it's not going to be an exact science, but it gets you pretty close. So here's what I'm talking about. So say, for example, I want to gauge the distance of that group of trees in front of me there. Just focus on that one. So you can see just this collection of trees in front of me, okay? So all I do is I close one eye and line up my thumb with the object that I want to measure the distance of. So I'm going to close my left eye and I'm going to put it in line with that tree. Okay. Now, all you need to do is you're going to do the opposite. So you're going to open your closed eye and you're going to close your open eye. And what you should see is that your thumb jumps over either left or right. So this is the view from with my left eye closed and my right eye open. This is the view with my left eye open and my right eye closed. So originally my thumb was in line with the trees and now it's jumped over and it's now in line with, if I get that in focus, it's now in line with kind of where this tree is here. Okay. Now all you've got to do now is gauge the distance between those two objects. So from where I'm stood, that group of trees, and that's the one that I want to find out the kind of the distance from the trees to myself here. That group of trees to that one is about, I'd say, just under 2 meters. Okay, I work in a school, I know what a meter ruler looks like, and I'm thinking if I lay down a meter ruler, maybe not even 2 meters, okay, maybe a meter and a half, up to 2 meters, something around that area, but I think I'm going for more 2 meters. Okay, so you gauge the distance between where your thumb was originally to where your thumb is now. Okay, and then all you do is you multiply that number by 10. So I gauged it as around 2 meters, maybe 1.5 meters, somewhere around there. So if I multiply that by 10, I get 20 meters or 50 meters, 80 meters, okay, kind of whatever number. I think I'm going to stick with 2 meters. So I'm going to say that the distance between there was 2 meters. So I'm going to times that number by 10, and that gives me 20 meters. So the rule of thumb is that the distance from where I'm stood to that group of trees is 20 meters. Now, I didn't bring out my meter ruler today, but I'm going to use kind of my paces. I'm going to try and do a pace of about a meter. I'm going to see how close it is. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 meters, give or take, depending on my stride size. That is extremely close. We gauged it about 2 meters, just under 2 meters. Obviously there's a bit of give and take with my stride. If I maybe brought out a tape measure next time and kind of did it very accurately, maybe we'd get an angle, but it was in the realms of 2 meters or just under 2 meters, and that's why it's called the rule of thumb, because it's not an exact science, but it gives you a good estimate of how far you are away. And you can do this with things weighing the distance. You might say that, well, I've lined up my thumb because I'm looking really far out. It might be 100 meters in distance, so then you times that and say, well, actually it's going to take me 1 kilometer to get to that church that I'm trying to get to in the distance. So it can work with things closer, it can work with things further away. Like I said, rule of thumb, it's not going to be an exact science, but it gives you a good indicator of how far you've got left to travel. Let me know if you try it out for yourself and how accurate you were by leaving a message in the comments below. Yeah, let me know how you get on, let me know how accurate it was, and I'll see you in the next video.